much water do you think is in here? How much does this weigh? 4 ounces? 2? Do you think I can hold this for a minute? Yeah? Yeah. Probably no real effect, right? What do you think will happen if I hold this for an hour?
Your hand will get a little tired and you will get bored.
Yeah. Yes, that is absolutely correct. I'll definitely be wanting to do something else, right? Yeah, my hand is going to get tired. Probably my arm is going to be in a fair amount of pain. What do you think would happen if I tried to hold on to this for a day?
You would start to starve.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Especially if I didn't walk and do anything else with my other hand.
And you would start to get tired and you get super bored.
Yeah. You know what else would happen? Your arm can actually go paralyzed from holding it. You would be in so much pain that you would have to go to the hospital. And I think that this is such an excellent demonstration for the things that we carry, the emotional things that we carry. Because the things that we carry with us for just a minute and then put down, we are able to move on with our life, aren't we? But when we keep carrying them with us, well, we can be paralyzed. It is incredibly painful. But I think this is why we do a water communion, so that we aren't carrying it. We are sharing it with one another. So, some of you may have noticed this water bottle, which I carry with me just about everywhere. If Tally was in here right now, which I think she is not, she would loudly call it Mommy's Agua. Well, on Thursday, I left my water bottle here. I realized this in the car just after I'd left, and I wanted to get home to make dinner and make sure to actually have dinner with Mick and Tally. But I seriously considered turning around for my water bottle because I really do feel lost without it. But my better senses kicked in, and I did go home and have dinner with my family. And I noticed something over the course of those 3 days. Not only was I more attentive to how much water I was drinking, but I found that I was more present and mindful in what I was doing. When I wanted water, I drank water. And when I didn't, I wasn't thinking about making sure to bring my water bottle with me everywhere I was going. And I realized that my water bottle is something that I hold on to, that maybe I don't need to. Even though it sustains me, I'm holding on to it like that glass of water. And that takes me away from the present. And I think this is so true of so many of the burdens and joys that we carry, especially when we carry them for too long. Even nourishment, if held onto rather than processed, becomes a burden. I think that's one reason we start the year with this water communion, so that we don't hold on to the little and big parts of our lives that weigh us down and paralyze us if we held them in. Our sacred experiences Our expectations and the sources of life and beauty within us are called to be shared. And we are called to release the things in our past that prevent us from truly being together. What is so powerful about sharing our water and our representation of something sacred in our lives is that it helps us to release the burden without releasing the wisdom. Water gives me life, but it doesn't have to be this water. So as we begin our water ceremony, I will start by pouring 2 sources in. One from my water bottle to represent the expectations that I hope to release. And another that will represent my daughter's water table, which represents the joy that being present enables. Because with that sacred water, I choose to release the attachment to the old without releasing the love that it has inspired. Please come forward and share a few words about the water you have brought. Or pour some water and tell us what it represents to you. Please come forward if you've brought water. And if not, we have water here. In gathering, we are blessed. And in sharing, we are blessed. So as we process together the individual waters that represent so much of who we are and what we've experienced, and how we hope to be in the world, I am so mindful of the symbolism in our waters coming together. And one way that I wanted to explore that with you was through some of the life that water nourishes and creates. Under your chairs, you will each find that you have a stick. Should be inside the Has everyone found their stick? So I was wondering if one of you would volunteer to come on up with your stick.
So what am I supposed to do?
Can you break your stick?
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
How easy was that?
Easy.
Pretty easy. Can I have 2 volunteers come up with their sticks? Will somebody join? All right. Can you put your sticks together? Let's see how easy is it to break when you put them together.
Try doing it.
A little bit harder, right?
A little harder.
A little bit harder.
It's sort of funny in a way
It is.
because when
What
you
it-
do it like that.
Yeah. What about, can I get 5 volunteers? Can 5 people come on up? All right. These might be harder to bundle, but come on up. Oh, you've done the bundling for me. All right.
Here's a bundle of 2.
We don't it's only 5 sticks.
All right.
I'll try and break it.
You want to try to break it? Yeah, that was hard, but well done.
Can I try to break the next bundle of sticks that that.
You can, but it might be hard because I'm going to ask for 20 people to give me their sticks.
Yeah, you can have fun with that.
Or maybe me and my brother can split
Yeah. Can 20 people, maybe we don't need all of you to come on up, but maybe 20 people can pass up your sticks.
I'll try to break it. I mean, I know.
All right. We've got a lot of sticks
Is
here.
that all?
7 more? All right.
This is not good.
This is
hard.
Ooh.
I'm supposed to break this.
All right. Do you think you can try to break this?
Try.
Give it a go.
Okay. Trying to think of a method.
Yeah.
That won't work.
You know what? I don't think this is on you.
Wait, I got an
think
idea.
this is you do.
How about some volunteers put their hands on with me?
No, not there.
No, like we put some, so we can have some extra strength, and then I'll put
I'll try.
Okay.
I'll hold one side, you hold the other. How's that?
Okay, that's a good idea.
It's really hard to break, but you know what? You have just made my point.
No, can't break it.
You can't break it.
I think you have like a chainsaw or something.
Yeah, you would need a chainsaw.
Most likely.
But you know what?
Or
This is such an excellent metaphor for us. And why we do this sharing with one another.
It's not a bundle, now it's a pile.
Now it's a pile. And this is going to be even harder to break. Thank you so much. I love this demonstration because it teaches us that the truest strength doesn't come from any one person, but rather from the bond that is between us. Because that is truly what makes us strong. We have just shared our sacred sources, and we bring with us the stories that inform our hopes. And in that, I see a vision of who we are. UUCiL is rooted in this space, in this building, in this gorgeous land. We are rooted in fellowship. And we are rooted in fellowship in part because we began as a fellowship that literally referred to itself as love. Livermore Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Love is the doctrine of this church, and service is its prayer. Words from our covenant inspired by another covenant written hundreds of years ago. They are still so deeply relevant. We do carry with us expectations around this covenant. Expectations as individuals and as a community. The expectation that I run into the most is the expectation to serve UUCiL. It is the prayer to that essence of love that people here are most compelled to. It is such a beautiful gift. Just walking around, you can see the impact that legends of the church like Tot Green have had on us. And the impact of all of you are legends in the making. And yet, as an expectation, this can actually become self-defeating. Because even though we come together today to transition from an individual set of expectations to a collective one, we can sometimes unintentionally draw our collective too narrowly. Our collective, our community, is actually not just the Unitarian Universalist Church in Livermore. What it actually means to build a collective set of expectations is to build a collective yearning for being the deepest beloved community that we can be. And it doesn't just include the hopes of all of us here. It includes all the people we haven't met yet that will one day walk through those doors. It includes all the people we meet outside these walls in the service of living a life of integrity, commitment, and compassion. It includes every person who has ever loved and every person who is worthy of love. It is necessarily expansive because that is what our universalist history teaches us about the nature of love and grace. It includes everyone. And that means that service outside of UUCiL is service to UUCiL. What it means to process our nourishment, rather than to hold on to it, is that we can't keep it to ourselves. We are called to share it, to share the love that is UUCiL. We love our past. We love every ounce of those 62 years. And we release the expectations that are tethered to that past. We release the attachment, but never the love. The burdens, but never the wisdom. The waters of our past nourish our spirits because we process them, because we let them seep into the earth and be our foundation. Our future is the collective love and service we will inspire out there. And it's based in our strong roots. I have so much faith in what will blossom forth because I already know it's grounded in love. I want that love to keep growing and expanding because that is a ministry of presence to the world around us. Our sacred waters will nourish the world when we come together with all of our kindred beloved. But moving forward necessarily starts with goodbye and thank you. So friends, let us say thank you to every step along the way that got us to where we are today. And let us say goodbye with love that we cherish, because I promise you, it will never leave us. Blessed be, and amen.